Hey guys, Hugh Shang here. Welcome to another Starcraft 2 lesson. We're checking out a Zerg vs Protoss I played actually. So I am the Zerg player. And yeah, it's a fun match. It's extremely one-sided MMR wise. My Zerg on this account at least is 4700. And this guy is 5650. So he's actually top 40 GM. So yeah, going into this game, as soon as I queued up, I'm like, oh, we are screwed. Let's see what we can do. Just try our best and yeah, see how far we can get into the game, maintaining even was my plan. So I'm gonna go for a hatch first. Let's speed up the opening actually. I feel like you guys don't want to watch the openings. If you do, you can just go watch like my beginner guide. So yeah, we're just making sure he's not cannon rushing. One thing that I used to do, I remember when I was like first getting into the MMR range, I would kind of assume like, okay, this guy's a pretty strong player. He's probably not going to cheese. Big mistake. Like half of the GMs are notorious cheaters. So if anything, you got to be even more careful when you are playing like a high MMR player. You don't want to get complacent. Okay, so our Overlord comes in here. I skip going to the natural. You can do that if you want, but I kind of like doing this sometimes because you can get the tech scout a bit quicker. And then if they go stalker, you can kind of get in and out really fast. So I see that he's playing Stargate in a second. And I've been watching some Zerg players play this matchup. And I'm thinking about maybe switching my opening here because it seems quite a bit stronger to open with many queens. Especially if you can get comfortable with like 3 or 4 hotkeys to defend the oracles, because you get a pretty massive eco advantage. It's just that it's so hard. I've kind of been not attempting to learn it, but I think at this point I'm gonna learn it because it's just so much better economically. So yeah, so that's the plan. So I see Stargate opening, so I'm going to go for a crazy amount of queens super fast. And then the nice thing with this is you can delay your oracles quite a bit. Or sorry, not delay the oracle. Delay the spore crawlers. Okay, so yeah, we've deflected the first adept. I got to get a couple more lings in case he goes 2 adept. And then you can see we've got these queens in position. So I'm not exactly sure what the setup is. I think you need to put 1 spore crawler in the natural. That's what I was kind of intuiting here because we don't have 6 queens just yet. So I'm going to put like 2 in the main, 2 at the third, and then I'm going to get a spore crawler in the natural. I think that's correct. Although that spore crawler probably needs to be like a touch earlier so that it's done by 4. But yeah, this is my first time playing this setup. So, excuse me if it's not perfect. Feels good though. Feels very clean. Like it's definitely a lot easier to get your drones up quickly here. So we deflect that oracle. And I kind of am assuming right now that he's playing the new hero style, which is just rampant on ladder. So basically against this, we just go for a fast evo. You can basically do this against any Stargate opening. And if they go for carriers, it's also very, very good to have the +1. In fact, the counter to carriers is Massling Bane. Don't forget it. Seems like they don't do anything, but trust me, that's the counter. Next time you play carrier, Massling Bane, and you're gonna have your eyes opened. Okay, very quick fourth. Starting our +1, and then I'm gonna go for the layer and then the Bane nest. And if you'll notice, I still only have 1 gas. So the idea is just to really delay that gas. If you just understand this concept in StarCraft, like this is the only concept you understand, you're going to get really high MMR. Alright, so I ended up losing some lings to his third base. I was a little bit careless with the A move there. And so I don't have any units right now. So he actually is getting some pretty decent damage. We're super close to having like a perfect early game, which is sweet for our first time trying, but yeah, losing those lings allowed these to come in here. So now we're down 7 workers, which is a bit unfortunate. But it's not the worst thing. I'm partially down because we're making a bunch of units here to get aggressive. So now we get the lair, now we get our Bane nest in a sec. And I'm going to be playing this super aggressive since I have no idea the basics of this style. So I'm going to be playing it aggressive so that we can kind of see the limitations. And yeah, at this point in the game, I needed a macro hatch. You're going to see that become a problem in a second. So that's an adjustment I've already figured out. And another thing I should have done here is had one ling at the possible fourth basis. When I did this scout, like this little attack here, I thought, okay, he has a bunch of stalker. There's like literally no way he took a fourth, but he did take a fourth. So yeah, I should have had some lings over there because in this position right now, I can actually pressure that fourth and cancel it 100% if I went for it. But yeah, unfortunately, I didn't realize I had that opportunity until like now, and he's already got some defense up. So not as easy anymore. So +2 is starting, Baneley Nest is starting, and off of like 60 workers, I'm gonna get super hyper aggressive here. I think it's a good way to play it out. Like it's playing the Protoss position, it's quite challenging actually to play against this because you only really have the oracles to help out, and if Zerg engages like I just did there and then leaves, you have to turn off the oracles. And every time you do that, you lose 25 energy. So it's extremely costly. So that's what you want to be doing, is just wasting their oracle energy. And then once you've wasted quite a bit, or they try to go and creep like this guy, you can kind of force their stalkers to blink and then get some nice surrounds, and then your queens can just pick off the oracle. So really awesome trades for us here. At this point I was thinking, oh man, are we winning right now against this 5600? Getting a little bit sweaty. So I was quite happy here. And then I was nervous because I didn't want to throw this game. So we make some big mistakes here in a second. Got this Baneling run by coming in. It might have been better to go for probes here, but my idea was just to take it all to static so we can run the lings in. I think it was okay. And then I had these lings do like a little counterattack on the other side. I was gonna send those in, but I thought there was a cannon. It's actually a shield battery though. I checked the replay. I thought that building thing was a cannon, so they wouldn't do any damage, but they could have actually done really well there. So we're trading super well. If you look at my money, it's kind of high. So like I was saying earlier, I think I need that macro hatch as you take the fourth. And I might even need like a second macro hatch since I'm only making links. You actually need just an insane amount of larvae. Okay, like I said, I was getting nervous here. So my army is actually really a lot better than I think it is because I have the +1 and the +2 is just completing right now. So I saw his zealots and I was thinking, oh, wait, we can't kill him. We only have lings. But in actuality, I think this army, this ling army would have crushed his zealot army with the +2. So right here, we should have been super, super aggressive and just killed him. But yeah, like I said, I was a little bit nervous to throw this game. So right here, I was thinking, okay, he's got a really good position. And we killed a bunch of probes. So we should probably just back up here and consolidate our lead and then go kill him later, which is usually something you do with Protoss and sometimes with Terran. But I think it's actually better here to trade because when we back up, he has these nice walls on both sides, which is something I'm going to be doing with Protoss for sure after this because it was really annoying. There's like no way for us to engage anymore. You're going to see it's actually a massive problem. So I'm going to kill him right now. Like I'm going to end the game, but I can't. He's got some sentries and he's cutting off this little tiny choke here. So there's literally no way for me to engage nicely. Like if I try to engage, we're definitely going to lose the game. So now we're kind of in this problem because we're close to maxed. So we have to trade. Like that's the general rule is when you're maxed, you have to force a fight because your army is low tier and theirs is getting higher tier. So I really, really want to trade this army, but there's just like no way to actually do it nicely. So I'm getting the hive, and I'm just going to start teching at lurkers because that's basically my only option now. Yeah, I could have run in there, but again, he's going to force field me, and then we're going to lose, 40 lings for free. So we get the hive instead, and we get the lurker den instead. And then I'm going to open up these rocks to maybe see if I can, like, I don't know, do an engagement over there, maybe later. I also underestimated him taking that left base. I had a ling on the right, you can see. So I felt right here that he didn't have an expansion, but he did sneak out that one in the left. So I needed a ling on each side. Definitely a lot of stuff I can work on with Zerg. Okay, I thought he might engage me here. I was gonna maybe go for it, but he pulls back into the choke, which was smart. And one thing I want to point out here is I'm making a bunch of spines on my outline bases. It's really important you know when to make spines. So you don't want to make spine crawlers when you're not maxed out. So as you approach max, that's when you want to make them, because let's say Protoss did go for some zealot run bys earlier, we could have just killed him, right? Because we have a big army, and if he's trading zealots for economy, then he has a small army. But he can do this now because he's also maxing out, right? So as the players max out, the harass becomes a lot better, and also static becomes a lot better because you don't want to waste army supply defending. So that is when you want to time your static. Add some more spine crawlers as he kills them. You can see we've traded really well this game, actually. Zerg is almost never in the lead, but we're up like 2k, which is nice. A couple more zealot run bys. Again, I'm replacing these spines. And these trades are going pretty well. So we're still kind of stuck on this Lingbane. Like ideally, if we were gonna play a macro game from the beginning, what I would have done is got a lot more gas, and I would have had a lot more Hydra in this army instead of Zerglings. Because the Zerglings are just not gonna do very well against Protoss's army. We need to find a way to trade them. So this looks like a good spot to me. As he's taking this 5th. So I'm going to try and, yeah, force my way in somewhere and get rid of these lings is the plan. So, yeah, I don't know. This might not have been the absolute best. Like, we have some stuff stasised, so it's questionable. But, again, we have to trade this army, and there was an opening here. I was afraid he would, like, block it off, so we go for it. And, yeah, it's a really sketchy battle. Lots of stuff going on. We get a nice Banley hit on the Zealot. I think that was really critical, actually. And then we have some Hydra reinforcements coming in, and I'm really sweating right now. This is like the closest game I've played all week. But luckily we were able to just barely have enough here. I didn't move those Hydras at all because I wanted to maximize the DPS. I knew we were completely all in here. And yeah, he GG's. So, really fun game. Super stressful. We definitely were kind of losing after some mistakes there in the mid game. Like it was his game to lose. But we made a strong play here up the center, and we made it happen. So yeah, defeating a 5600 this morning. First game of the day. Warm up. Maybe we'll beat some 6Ks later, and I can post those too. Who knows? All right. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want some coaching, check out my website, hushangcoaching.com. I'll probably stream some more this week, so make sure to look out for that. And if you want to get in some group coaching, if you're a YouTube member, you can press the join member on the any YouTube video. And we're doing group practices every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central and Saturday at 2 p.m. Central. So yeah, message me if you want some info on that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.